Hello and welcome back to week 21's Be College Ready seminar. So before we begin, here are some group learning agreements. And as always, it's the same 3 rules: be present, pay attention, respect stories and contributions, and to take notes when it is necessary. All right. So our vision for the Y Scholars Program is to elevate people's growth mindset so we all achieve higher ambitions. And our mission here is to guide one first generation high school students so they will pursue and obtain a college education. So the reasons why we are having these Be College Ready seminars are to guide you towards being ready for college, to build your portfolio to prepare for college and scholarship applications, and to increase your awareness of who you are and where you want to go or what direction you want to go. So to prepare for this session, I ask for you to open your Y Scholars Program, Scholar Journal, or any Google Doc for you to take notes, and because you're going to use these notes for your assignments. So as always, we start off with reviewing what we have learned. So these are the topics we'll be reviewing: resume, reference, what future folks are, and planning according to that. So there were 3 rules we talked about on making your resume pop. And the first one is, who are you? And you answer this on your resume by showing where your specialties are, what your values are, and what are your goals, and where are you heading with this, like what your resume is for, right? And then the second one is to show me and not tell me. And the numbers, rules, the accomplishments, recognitions are all different ways you can use to show them what you are and who you are, instead of telling them, right? And we have already seen what number rules can do to your description for your resumes. So it's essential. We're not gonna go over the third rule, but you guys should know what the third rule is by now. It is to not stand out because of bad mistakes, bad grammar, any sort of things like that. So to review again, a strong reference are people who know who your ethics are and your values. They know your work ethics and they know your work quality. They respect you and they like you. So people who know you for a really long time and they're a valid reference, as in they have reputation, or they are seen very professional, like your teachers, your counselors, the counselors here, right? Your coach. These people know your work value and they know your work ethics, right? And they're able to know you well enough for them to bring up instances or examples of when you worked through an obstacle, etc., etc. So that is it for a strong reference. And because we've talked about strong references, we have to talk about weak references. So as we have been saying the past 2 weeks, the weak references are your family members and your friends or people you don't really have a good relationship with. So most jobs don't even accept family members as references. And it just seems informal to have friends as references because you have an informal relationship with them. And remember that you have to have a relationship with these people, because if not, they're not able to recall instances or talk about you the way a reference or a job recruiter wants them to talk about, right? So when you think about planning, you need to think about it in terms of future folks. By future folks, we mean by college admissions, future employers, and program managers, right? So when we think about them, in terms of them, by first answering this question, how are you being evaluated? How are these future folks going to evaluate you? We also went over this last session. So they evaluate you by these 5 categories. The first one is leadership. So are you empowering people? Are you inspiring people? Are you making a change? Are you sharing your vision? These are ways that You can show leadership, and by showing your long-term commitment, seeing if you're really passionate and if you like this specific topic or interest that you have been working on and showing through applications, right? A long-term commitment often shows you're really passionate and you know what you're doing, and this is exactly what you want to do in the future. And the third, is this the third one? The third category here is specialist versus generalist. So we talked about it, and we want you to be specialist in a specific area. That way it also shows commitment, but it also shows your passion. And yeah, so an example of this is you're passionate for debate, so you're in the debate team. What's another way to show specialist is you're mentoring for like middle schoolers or elementary kids on debate. You're writing news articles for newspaper on your opinions, right? So these are all ways you can show that you're interested in debate, you like politics. But if you're a generalist, you'll be doing a little bit here, you do a little bit there. Like you don't know what you're doing, but you're doing a lot, right? But it's better if you just pinpoint it to one, because it shows who you really are. And the fourth category here is initiative. Initiative here is really similar to leadership, right? Because leadership often involves initiative. But initiative here means taking the first step and making a change, right? It could be staying after class, cleaning up. It could be picking off trash from the street because you don't like seeing that happen. Are you initiating a program? Are you starting a club because you're passionate for something, right? These are all great ways to show that you have initiative and you have leadership. The last one here is they want to see your potential. So if you show up and they can't see your potential or they can't see your future with them, then it's very likely and there's a really high chance that they probably do not want you, right? So it's really important to show potential to your future folks. So an example would be like, so a college admission officer would be like, can I imagine the student being here on campus with the other student? Do they fit into our community? Right? So you can show this potential by showing what you've done in the high school, your essays, your personality. Do they fit in well, right? So these are all ways to show your potential. Okay, now that we have thought about how future folks evaluate you guys, it is time to create an impactful summer so that they have something to evaluate, right? So we've talked about how to create an impactful summer. The first one is to join summer programs, to join college courses and programs, to take community college classes or online classes, to take on an internship or a job, to do community service, right? So now that you have all this in mind, we are actually going to put this knowledge into work. So we are going to guide you and help you in creating your summer's activities playbook. So our session here would be successful if we, one, learn about the resources out there that can help you get connected with summer activities, and two, understand how to create your summer's activities playbook. Okay, but before we begin, I want you to write down in your journal of all the possible summer activities I've listed at first, like college classes, online classes, community service, like all those I just said, right? If you had to do 2 of these for summer, which 2 would you be? Which 2 would it be, and what are your reasons? So pause this video and then write a couple sentences or a couple bullet points in your journal before we move on. Okay, I assume you guys have your bullet point all written down. And now, because we want you to research and know all the different opportunities out there, we're going to teach you how to do it effectively. So an effective research for summer activities would be to look at this list here. Okay, so if you copy and paste this link, activitylist.yscholars.org, it should look something like this. So we have gathered a list for you that shows the different programs, the different emphasis, the grades they are accepting, description, cost, and most importantly, deadline, right? Because you want to apply before the deadline. And then there's the email if you want to contact anyone for more information. And this is the website to apply or for more information. There's more information here, right? So please make sure you apply before these deadlines if you are interested. And please look through these lists. Like we have a really great list here. There's more than, wow, there's more than what I thought. There's 105 programs here for you to apply for. And of course, you can just use this list as a reference and then search from there. But because we've gathered all these information up for you, I think you should use it. And I'm gonna keep saying this, but don't forget about the deadline. Please apply before the deadline. Look at the application beforehand and see what you need. Like, do you need a reference letter? Do you need a cover letter? All that, okay? All right. And so you can take college online classes, right? So four-year universities or colleges often provide classes for high schoolers. Sometimes you might have to pay, but oftentimes it's free and there's scholarships available out there if you do want to take college in online classes. And community colleges also provide almost free and low cost classes for you to take over the summer. And if you do want to take it over the summer, please talk to your counselor for concurrent enrollment. I think that's what it's called. And like we said last session for BCR, these are online platforms you have that you can take these classes, right? So Coursera, edX, Academic Earth, Udacity, all these great resources that you can use. And so when you apply for these, you want to be ready for a resume, possibly a cover letter, definitely references, get ready for interviews, and you should develop some email skills, right? So you need to know the email etiquettes. And we already got your resume ready, hopefully for you. And we're gonna talk about email etiquette here, right? So Audie wanted me to include this for you guys. So this is the email someone sent into YMCA. It says, hello, I was wondering if there is any space in the YMCA Teen Center Y Scholar program. I go to Cal State East Bay in my last semester, and internship classes are a requirement to graduate, and if there's any spot available, I'm ready. What do you guys think about this email? Do you think it has proper email etiquette or not? So email etiquette, so this is a really bad emailing skill, right? They don't show any etiquette. Like, I don't know what's your name. You should always start off emails with hello, and insert name, comma, space. It's like a whole letter, right? And then you introduce yourself. You'd be like, so let's use myself. I am Kaylee. I'm a third year at Berkeley. I am majoring in economics, right? And then you should often link your introduction with your interests and as to why you're reaching out. So it'd be like, I am a third year in Berkeley. I'm majoring in economics. I've always loved X, Y, and Z. So when I saw your program, I knew it was a great fit. I really love this program. I want to be involved in it, right? So like that. And then you could say, I want to apply. What are the next steps? Please let me know. I am interested. I look forward to hearing back from you, right? So always have a concluding sentence. I look forward to hearing back from you, or etc. And then you always end with best, sincerely, best regards, any of that, and then comma your name. So that's proper email etiquette instead of sending one line like this, okay? And then another way to research for your summer activities is to use your network. So you ask your family, ask your friends, ask your teachers, coaches, neighbors, counselors, relatives, etc. Like they all probably know some sort of opportunity that they've heard of, or like interns, like basically anything you can think of, because your network will often bring you closer and gives you a higher chance of getting like these internships and these opportunities, right? And then another way you can do is to reach out to organizations and companies. And remember, if you're trying to reach out to them through email, follow proper email etiquette. So you do it by saying hello, blank name, comma, introduce yourself, your interests, why are you reaching out, and then follow by what are the next steps. Look forward to hearing you, best, and then whatever your name, right? And then here are some websites that you can use, or some platforms you can use to look for community service, internship, and jobs. So LinkedIn is a great resource. Like a lot of college students I know use it. Indeed, Monsters, internship.com. These are all like really popular websites people use for job search or intern search. And then there's idealist.org. And I added another one here, which is Ripple Match. I use Ripple Match, and I think it's a really great platform for you to connect with job recruiters or like any, or basically professionals in that field. Okay, so our goals for the summer activities playbook is that we expect all of you guys, all of you Y Scholars, to be doing at least 2 activities this summer. The reason why is because Cal States and US UCs are all dropping their SAT or ACT requirements, which means they're shifting their emphasis on your college essays and on your extracurriculars. So we're trying to help you out there by pushing you and pushing you to do these programs and activities, so you know these future folks will understand you and be able to better evaluate you. So we expect time commitment while you're doing this. So it's a 4-week assignment, and you will spend around 4 to 5 hours. So like an hour a week. It's not that much. And you could come to YSP advisory hour too, so we can help you out. I am usually here for advisory or tutoring on Tuesdays and Thursdays around 3 to 5. And you can always sign up through this link right here, advisory.yscholars.org. Sign yourself up and we know you're coming, so we can help you out. So our expectation is we expect high quality of work, and we will give you feedback. So we expect you to improve your playbook or your activities playbook based off our feedback. And our expectations again is that you apply to 4 and commit to 2 activities. And we expect you to meet your deadlines. So these are our deadlines for week 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for this week, we expect you to do research and narrow down to activity 1 and 2. Okay, so this is it. So here are your assignments, which is this Google Doc, and remember to do your research and narrow down activity 1 and 2. Also, if you are, signing up for the, if you're trying to sign up for advisory hours, advisory.yscholars.org. It will look exactly like a Google form, but it is on Airtable. So put first name, last name, grade. You pick the day you want to come in, time, and your assignment or what you need help with, so we know what type of help you need and how we can assist you. Okay, so you guys should all have this summer activities playbook. But this is example 1. So we expect you to do activity 2, 1 to 4, right? So, but yours will be blank. So activity 4 is blank, right? So it will look like this for all of you guys, but what we want you to do here is, if you decide that, oh, I want to do community service, then we expect you to copy and paste all of this onto this tab right here, activity 4. So if you have a MacBook, Command A. If you have a Windows, Control A, and then you do Command C or Control C, depending if you have a MacBook or a Windows. Control C, and then you do here Control A again, or Command A, and then Control V or Command A, right? So it will look like this because you want to do a community service or internship. Let's say you want to do a summer program instead. Then same thing, copy everything, Control A, Control C, right? So it means you copied everything. And then you want to replace everything here. So you do Control A, so you select everything, and then you do Control V. So you copy and paste everything that you wanted. Right? So that's what we want you to do to start on your summer's activities playbook. Remember, we want you to do activities 1 and 2. Right here. Ooh. Do research and narrative on activities 1 and 2. So we want you to start filling out these 2 tabs right here. And don't forget your assignment as well if you're watching this video. And that should be it for today. And thank you very much for watching this video.